From Studio B to Studio A, we've got Raquel Jones with us to start 2018 on the right page with tips on how to develop habits for a consistent life. Good morning.
Did you say Apostle Raquel Jones?
I never say apostle.
But you have to say Apostle because she's an apostle.
That's fine. You can say Raquel.
But don't you say
And
apostle?
Raquel.
Ray.
Raquel. Yeah. It's nice to be here. It's nice to sit on the set
It's
with you
awesome.
ladies.
It's just that usually we give people their title. She's a apostle. I'm finished now.
You sure?
I'm finished now.
You sure? Come on, let me tell you this year, I'm looking at it from the other person's perspective. So me want to allow you.
Me done.
All right?
Finish.
Okay. Roxy,
Yes, Delia.
it's that time of year when we sit down and we reflect on what went wrong, what went right, and we're heading into a new year, and these are the things that we have to do. And you're saying there are some habits that we need to
Absolutely.
develop so that we don't make the resolutions today and by next week we don't remember them.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we must
Which
make
can
resolution?
happen, by the way. It's not. There's nothing wrong with having goals, setting goals, planning. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But there's a way in which we can achieve those goals. And that's what we want to talk about this morning.
Okay.
First thing you say, we have to commit to change.
Absolutely. I've learned that commitment is key. And it's not just a decision that takes place in the mind. It's not just a conscious decision, but I also encourage that that is verbalized, because I believe that there is something that happens when we speak and declare that that is what we're going to do. So if we're looking at consistency for 2018, we must first commit to the process. A lot of times we don't finish what we start because there was no commitment from the beginning.
When you say commitment, Raquel, what do you mean? Because sometimes when people get up and say, this year I'm going to lose all the weight, you know, in their head,
Right.
they've made a commitment. But what's the difference between that theory and the practicality?
You won't laughing.
I mean, I know. But what? Yeah. How do you move from just verbalizing it and making sure it happens?
All right, so we consciously decide that that's what we're going to do. I believe that there is nothing that can go against a made-up mind. So we decide. We make a decision, that's what we're going to do. We verbalize that, but then we also have to put the actions in place to follow that up. So, for example, if we know that we want to lose weight, we are not going to say, you know, this year I want to lose 40 pounds. First things first, is that realistic for you and for your lifestyle? And then you want to make sure that you do your actions support that. So you don't walk past the ice cream shop and the cake shop every day and looking, or probably just say, you know what, I'm going to go just a little bit over today, because going a little bit over every day, by the end of the year, you're going to be at the same place that you started.
Yeah. So is it important to, first of all, why am I making the change?
Right.
Why am I making it? And then what are the steps I need to take?
Absolutely.
When you say verbalize, though, you say, okay, I'm going to lose 40 pounds. Do you get up every day and say 40 pounds today?
You get
40
up
pounds
every
today.
day and you remind yourself.
Okay. Vision boarding?
Some persons do that. Not everybody is into vision boarding, but if you do vision boarding, fine.
Okay. All right. So, Dada, we're committing to change.
Yeah.
Um,
I like it. Just as what don't doubt yourself or
Yeah.
question your efforts.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you will get up and say, you know, I'm going to lose 40 pounds, and every day is somebody and them say, oh, wait, let's go.
Exactly, and they
You know,
make
you
fun
say,
of
oh,
it.
you know,
Right.
maybe I should have
Who
said,
are your friends?
no, me not them friend there. And you say, you
Oh.
know, maybe I should have said 10. Kind of
No,
look at
yeah,
the front,
that's
you
true,
go
that's
work. And people make you doubt what you're doing.
Absolutely. And you also need to decide who you're doing it for. Are you doing it for people?
Yeah.
Or are you doing it for you?
Yeah.
Does it make
Yeah.
you feel good, or are you doing it so other people can stop saying, oh, you have on too much weight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's your pace, too. So, if you say 40 and you reach 10, and then I laugh after you, laugh after them, and then move on going. So, that's my take. Avoiding chaos, which is kind of linked to what Dada is saying, because some people can really put you in a tailspin. How do you avoid the chaos, Rax?
You know, some people have, they're drawn to kind of chaotic situations.
Arsonist, me call it.
And sometimes it's not only chaos in their own experiences, in their own lives, but sometimes it's chaos in other people's lives. And we have to make sure that we guard against that, because chaos can be distracting.
And destructive.
and destructive as well.
But like
It
what you're saying.
yeah, man, it will distract you.
Yeah.
Negative.
Like, you have some people that just like to fix things.
They wanna fix everything.
Everybody have something them say, let me go.
Yes.
And then, yeah. But there are some people who self-destruct.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And that kind of behavior is self-destructive because sometimes you find yourself being sucked into other people's situations and circumstances that you become so distracted from what it is that you really want to do. So you need to guard against that.
It's
As
impossible.
counselors, they teach us to do that as well, to ensure that you don't
don't get too
allow,
drawn in.
right, you have to know where to draw the line so you don't become drawn into other people's
I always ask
chaos.
that question as to how you guys do that. But this is an important line. It says it's impossible to have real consistency in your life if you keep courting chaos. Just as you resolve to find
Absolutely.
consistency, you must also resolve to resist chaos going forward. So there's a thing, if there's a thing or a person or a situation that you know is going to cause autoclapsy, stay
Away.
Correct.
And we're not necessarily saying cut off the person, you know,
Yeah.
but we're saying set boundaries. Boundaries
Correct.
is very important.
Yeah. Sense of purpose.
Yes, purpose is very important. As we try to maintain a consistent lifestyle, we have to have a sense of purpose. So who am I and what is it that I am here to do? And how is it that I am going to do that? And we encourage persons to look at their own purpose. So we encourage persons to do things like, you know, look at your passions. What is it that drives me? What is it that I want to do? How do I, you know, turn even my not so pleasant situations and circumstances into something positive, and how can that help other people, you know? So we have to have purpose. There has to be purpose. We can't just be going here-um, scare-um all over the place.
Zoom in on what purpose is for me right
And how
now.
do you know? How do you know what your purpose is? Some people
Yeah.
seem to be able to figure that out. Other people, not so much.
Yeah.
You know what I think about purpose? I believe that there is an element to purpose that is unfolding as we grow. We are becoming. So we never truly know everything that is on the inside of us. It's something that happens over time. Who I was 10 years ago is not who I am today, and you ladies can relate to that. So I think there's a part of purpose that keeps unfolding. But I also believe that in identifying purpose, we look at our passions. So what is it that drives us? Are we do we want to care for others? Do we want to counsel others? Do we want to support others? Do we want to work with children? Do we want to work with animals? Are we into gardening? What is it that drives me? So you're looking at that. And then I can give you the biblical response, because you know I have to throw a little Bible in there. I also believe that the closer that you get to God in your relationship with God is the more that your purpose begins to unfold. That's just from my own personal experience. So one of the reasons that my life is different and who I am now is different from who I was 10 years ago is because I've gotten closer to God, and my life starts to unfold.
So the purpose was revealed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can you identify with that, Delio?
I can, and I think one of the things about purpose is that the purpose should drive your goals.
Absolutely.
I think people mix up the goals and the purpose, and you know, but I think the purpose is like the overarching thing.
Absolutely.
That
I think
your
sometimes
being.
people get confounded because the purpose is the passion and that brings you the joy.
Right.
But it don't feed you.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are struggling between purpose and
Survival.
hunger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for most people, you'd want your purpose and your passion to be that thing that you do that allows you to earn. But some people struggle.
Yeah, and sometimes your purpose will not necessarily cause you to earn right off the bat, and maybe it won't even cause you to earn
Period.
as much as you would want to see.
Me
But
just
you
trying
have
to
to,
make my purpose send me into this.
but you have to make a decision. Am I going to do what I do for the love of the thing, or am I going to be driven by, you know, money or whatever? So
Yeah.
that's also
Yeah.
something that you need to look at.
Live a consistently healthy lifestyle. When we say healthy, what are we talking about?
Well, people normally equate healthy lifestyle with, the
Nutrition
exercise and the
exercise.
nutrition and so on and so forth. And of course, that also plays an important role. But I see a healthy lifestyle as a well-rounded lifestyle, a lifestyle that has a little bit of everything, that you don't enter into burnout, because burnout is a real thing.
Balance.
So there has got to be balance. There has got to be that spiritual element, because we're spiritual beings, eh? So we're human beings, but there is also a inner desire, inner need, and we also have to not only feed the physical man, but we also have to feed the spiritual man. So for me, a healthy lifestyle would entail a relationship with God. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're eating properly, you're exercising, you are getting enough rest, you are doing all of that stuff. And especially now, with social media, I want to throw in a little bit of me time into that as well, when we have to shut down these things and focus on the inner man and focus on our relationship.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
need
that
some
daily.
emotional balance. Me? When me ready, me lock it off, man.
Sure. Okay.
Emotional balance is important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, final
Then-
one is the one that's of sticky notes
Yes.
and post-its.
Yes.
Really?
It serves as a reminder. So for some persons, they have whatever it is sticking all over the place, in the mirror, on the door, over the bed, whatever works for you. I personally don't use sticky notes. I have a little book that I keep at my bedside. And in that little book, I do a lot of my writing. So
For some people, it's a vision board, they pass it and
Absolutely.
they say, this is what
Right.
you're doing. But it's good to write it down somewhere.
you must. We encourage that. We encourage
Coming out,
persons to
telling a
write.
line, or Raquel, you start up the year and say, this is my purpose. And then after the third month of JPS,
Third
Bill
month.
Calm Pay, then the purpose look very
That's why we have to be
pale.
consistent.
So when you take up the book and the book reminds you that this is my purpose because of, and you say, all right, JPS, next month me I go,
Pay 2 times.
no, they have some battery bulb.
Oh,
Next month me I go downtown go buy some battery bulb. Because I know you're going to disconnect
battery
me.
bulb. That's the one that you charge and then it lasts for a very long
No,
time.
like real Duracell or whatever batteries, you just put them in the
Awesome.
back of the bulb and pull the string.
Oh, okay.
I'm on a campaign. I don't want to hear one more house burn down. I mean, they don't know the reason for this fire. It's no connection
That's
to
true.
it. I'm just saying, we don't want to hear one more house burn down because a candle or lamp.
This is true.
Bulbs are out there.
Actually,
You put
there's
a battery in it and pull the string. Works like a charm.
There's an idea that's being floated by somebody on social media. And you get a jar, and every day you write on it, on a post-it note, something that happened to you that day that you're grateful for. It's like, I guess it's like a gratitude journal of
Right,
sorts.
right.
And at the end of the year, you just go through January 1 and look at the kind of awesomeness that happened to you
Absolutely.
during the year. I think that's a good idea for folks to try.
You're so right. And sometimes we tend to focus on the big things and we don't see the little things that happen on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On a daily
Or
basis.
stop to be grateful or
everything.
celebrate
Absolutely.
the little things. Nice.
Yeah, trust me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
Have
me.
we want some more of this kind of advice from
Awesome.
Apostle Raquel Jones? Where do we find her, please?
Well, you can find me on my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook at Apostle Raquel Jones. I'm on YouTube, and I'm also on Instagram, so you can always find
Why
me.
are you not on Twitter?
I don't know. It's something that I need to look
Yeah,
into.
this discussion earlier.
I will look
Alright.
into it.
My nephew used to say pastor, then minister. Now she's Apostle Raquel Jones. So thank you very much, ma'am. It was
Thank you,
a pleasure
ma'am.
having you,
Thank
and I
you.
hope
It
to see
was
more of you
great.
sitting in that chair. All right, who's turning on the mic after the break?
Nikita.
Okay, soon come.
God is my witness that what I finished. Don't need no hold up, taking control of this kind of moment. I'm locked and loaded, completely focused. My mind is open. All that you got, skin to skin. Oh my God, don't you stop.